This exercise is all about creating queries, and what a query does, it looks at the database as a whole and then it picks out certain information that you tell the database what you're looking for. So from Create tab and the other group, click on Query Design. As we're only using one table today, we just click on Add. But if there was a number of tables being used, we would select which table needs to be used. So we click on Add, and then we can close the Show Table box down. We're going to use all the fields. So the quickest way of using all the fields is in the table area group, double click, and then you'll notice that they all become highlighted, all your field names. And then what you do is, holding down the mouse, we drag into the required fields. And once I release, it'll then all go into the grid area here. So you can see, if you look at the top, town, day, opening times, they're all the same. So your field names have been taken down into the query area. We're going to be looking for the day. So in the criteria row, so under day, we're going to type in Monday to Sunday. Now when you put in criteria in, you need to make sure what you've typed in is exactly the same as the database information. If you type it in incorrectly, it will not look for your query. So that's all we're going to do for the moment, is a straightforward query. It's going to look for the day and it's going to look for Monday to Sunday. I'm happy with my query. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on Run from the results group. Run will look for that information. As you can see, I've done something wrong. There's nothing showing. So I'm just going to go back to my table. They'll always be running in the background. Now if I look at my database, as I've entered in my database, I've not put a space between the dash and the S. When I typed in my query, if I go back to my query, in Design View, I've put a space in between the dash. So that's the reason why it's not finding the query. So I'll delete that space, and then if we run the query again, it'll then find the information. So you must be careful of typing in the information correctly, otherwise the database cannot find the information. I'll just take you through that once again. So I'm going to my table. I'm going to create a query, Query Design, click on Add, close the table. I'm going to show you a different way of bringing in the field headings. This time I'm not using the table area up here, I'm going to use the fields. So I'm going to click on Town. I'm going to go into my next column, Day. Just keep on clicking on them until you've entered them all in. So that's the 5 fields entered in there. Again, I'll use the day. So Monday to Sunday. This time I've left the space out, run the query, and there's my result. You will need to save, so when you go to close down the query, you can do it that way, or you can go into the Office button and save it. I'll call this Monday to Sunday. Click on OK, and you'll notice as soon as we save, query 2 becomes Monday to Sunday.